Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where you are joining us from. Welcome to today's webinar and live workshop on how to create a new age customer support system. My name is Shivashish, and I'll be your host for this insightful session today, dedicated to implementing a strategic customer support system and learning about Muvi's innovative workflow management tools. Now, before we get started, let me give you all a quick overview of Muvi. So, established in 2011 and headquartered in the United States, Muvi was founded with a vision to disrupt the global streaming market. Muvi offers a diverse range of streaming products that cater to the businesses of all sizes and types. Whether you are a small businessman or a large enterprise, our scalable and flexible streaming product portfolio can adapt to meet any streaming requirement. From comprehensive OTT platforms to fast channels, from on demand to live streaming, from audio streaming to video streaming, and from deploying websites to applications for mobiles and TV ecosystems across 16 plus platforms, Muvi has a solution for all your streaming needs that can be accomplished with just a few clicks without the need for any coding knowledge. Now, if you can go to the next slide, please. The next one. So, our flagship product, Muvi One, has been rated as the #1 OTT platform on G2, a trusted software review platform, and additionally, our live streaming product, Muvi Live, was also honored as the best live streaming product of 2022 by the readers of the Streaming Media magazine. So, whether you are a content creator, a media company, or a business venturing into the streaming space, our goal is to empower you with the tools and expertise needed to thrive in this competitive industry. If you are interested in learning more about Muvi and how our streaming solutions can benefit your business, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and you can find our contact information on the webinar descriptions. Creating a new age customer support system is no longer just about traditional methods. It's about embracing the latest technologies and strategies to provide exceptional customer service. This involves crafting seamless workflows, managing customer inquiries, addressing issues, handling internal and external requests, tracking delivery backlogs, gathering feedback, all while tailoring these processes to your specific needs and policies. Customer support is important, and Muvi, thanks to its modern infrastructure, has been scoring brownie points while catering to all the needs of our clients. And to talk about this in detail, we have with us today Debabrata Sahu, who is a product manager at Muvi. Welcome to the webinar, Debabrata. And now, before we get started, I would like to inform our audience that they can keep posting their questions in the Q&A box anytime during the webinar, and we'll address them towards the end of this session. Over to you, Debabrata.
Thank you, Shivashish. Thank you for that insightful introduction. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. It's abundantly clear that the landscape of customer support is evolving at a breakneck pace. Business today are navigating in a dynamic environment where the customer's expectations are higher than ever. This shift has sparked innovation, new technologies, and fresh approaches to meet those demands effectively. Now, it's my privilege to dive deeper into this dynamic world, explore core processes, emerging trends, and real-world applications that make up the future of customer support. Together, we will uncover how your business can thrive in this new era by enhancing customer experiences, building long-lasting relationships, and driving growth. So, let's embark this journey together as we unravel the secret of the new age customer support system which is being used by Muvi. Now, support needs support. When we say support needs support, we essentially means the customer support relies heavily on both technology support and internal teams collaboration. So it's both technical support and team support, and that collaboration support needs for the diversified departments in order to deliver efficient and effective services to the customers. For ease of understanding, we have divided the support process into three major parts. So this whole support ecosystem comprises of, first part is collecting the requests and feedbacks, whether it is from your customers, from your leads who are visiting your site, or from your internal teams when it comes to tasks and other feedbacks. So collecting the data, hearing the voice of the customers or your internal stakeholders is the first thing in a process support, where are to be issues happening with any of the product that you have delivered to the market or any service that you have delivered to the market. Then queries, when your leads or prospects visit your website, they generally have certain queries which can be supported either via a live chat platform or a contact us platform, a contact us form, or via different ticketing systems from which your leads or your prospects or even your customers, everybody can raise their queries for you, for your business. Then when we talk about the internal requests, we generally talk about tasks among our team members who will do what. So that also needs to be defined and listed somewhere when we are taking requests. Then feedbacks. The feedbacks can come from your leads, customer, or even from your internal employees. So before support, where the support is needed, that needs to be figured out first. And the first step to it is to listen or to capture the voice of your customers and your internal employees. Then after all these issues, queries, tasks, and feedbacks comes from different sources, then these needs to be prioritized. Let's say your internal team are getting 20 requests per day, and every day the number of requests are adding up. Then delivering all requests in a given time frame of 24 hours may not be possible, depending on your team size, it is depending on your resources, bandwidth, and multiple factors are driving this dynamics. So they need to be prioritized, right? So let's say today I got 20 requests. So out of these 20 requests, which requests are critical for my customer's business? Which 5 requests are have been received by my team, which can improve the overall experience of my product offerings. So based on the criticality, we need to prioritize the incoming requests. Then in the third phase, we delegate and deliver. By delegation means, let's say we have received 20 requests, out of them 5 are critical, and those 5 may be or may not be resolved by a single person. There would be multiple teams, there would be multiple departments, there would be multiple personnels through which this request or feedback should pass through, right? So whenever we get them, we delegate the requests or feedbacks or tasks or queries to the relevant departments. Then once it is delegated to the concerned department, either it is within the department or maybe cross department with cross department support, with the collaboration of of the team members belonging to single department or belonging to multiple department, we generally give answer to the queries, or we resolve an issue that has been occurred, and we deliver the resolution to the issues or answer to the queries, or we respond to the feedbacks. Among all these activities, answers or the feedback or answering to the feedbacks, we always monitor and track the progress from its initiation till its completion, so that we do not miss the service level agreement which we have with our customers, which we have for our team members. So we need a better monitoring and tracking system for the end-to-end process of a support system. So this comprises of the various phases, and in all those phases, what we generally do in a support activity. With this, I'd like to introduce Tattle. Tattle is our internal product. It is very much internal to us, with which we are able to deliver 24/7 into 365 days support to our customers who are belonging to more than 40 plus countries, and we have more than 250 plus customers. We have hundreds of leads who are talking with us. The way phenomenal, because we proud to say that we are one of the company who are in the OTT industry, and we are providing 24/7 into 365 support to our customers. How we do it? So Tattle, which we are going to see today, that is the backbone of our support system. It doesn't it not only enables us to give you a better support experience, but internal to us, it also enables us to manage our feedback system, to manage our internal requests with which our teams are able to deliver the bugs, the enhancement requests which we receive from our customers, etc. So this support, feedback, internal requests management, channelizing them, delegating them, tracking and monitoring them, everything which we are doing through Tattle. So Tattle is a low-code platform for automating and streamlining the organization process. In our case, it is our support system, our engineering process, our quality assurance process, our delivery process, and our feedback management process, our release management, backlog management process, where we generally manage the backlog of our product and service requests. We prioritize them, delegate them, deliver them, monitor and track them. We do everything with the help of Tattle, end to end. When it initiates from our customer or a lead till we give the resolution to your issues or answer to your query or respond to your feedback. So Tattle is the backbone which is managing everything from the external support perspective and from the internal process management perspective. Tattle helps us to manage the end-to-end things. So Tattle allows us to capture the data, store them, and act on those captured data with a collaborative ecosystem which is laced with the workflow management processes. So we have kept it as a low-code platform deliberately. When I say deliberately, the scalability. We have multiple departments with which with their collaboration, we are able to complete any task, right? So we have a process, individual process for each department, and our Tattle has helped us to connect each department so that our deliveries can be efficient and effective, and it can save time for us, which we can in return invest on improving the products those we are building. So this Tattle not only helps us with the support process, as I said, but it helps us in our engineering, QA, our other processes like product backlogging, product release management, and with all these processes. So when we are pitching Tattle, we are using these tools for our internal deliverable support system. The same, we have kept it as configurable so that in future, if we need to add another process, that would become very easy for us. We do not have to build it from scratch. We just need to configure something based on our process, and that would be live right away for our usage. Similarly, whenever we will be offering this product to any of our customers, we are expecting them to go live with this product with minimum configurations, which will be only the configurations which will be needed to bend the Tattle system as per their organization's processes, just to bend them. Those we have kept it very much configurable. So support system, to be honest, Tattle can be fit to any departmental process. Let it be marketing for their campaign management, collecting data, then act on those data. For the sales team, to keep the list of their leads, the information of their leads, if they need to communicate with them, to send mass emails to them. Then for the HR, its simple use case may be to keep the record of the leaves of the employees. And for product management, it can be like backlog management, release management, then sprint management. All these things can be feedback management. Be only on the support system. We will do a small demo now where we will be showing how we are capturing the customer's data, we are storing those data, how our workflow engine is capable of delegating multiple team members, multiple departments, and how we have managed those workflows so that whenever a request comes, it would be flowing through the same channel or same flow always without deviating from it. Now, let's our Tattle board. So this is our Tattle. Our Tattle is having 3 pages. We are having only 3 pages in Tattle. This first board, this first page consists of all the applications that is built on top of our Tattle. So Tattle is essentially our engine which can create multiple apps for your multiple departments, and it can connect them together to get a task done. So this with the help of Tattle engine, the boards, this ER, this market feedback, this support ticket to do. When we refer board means a standalone application for us. So for ease of understanding, let's term these boards as applications. So in our Tattle applications, now we have 5 applications, independent applications, which may or may not be connected with each other, present with us. And we have some deactivated boards which we are not using. Each board serves a specific the engineering requests to our engineering team. This market feedback, what the feedbacks we collect from our customers, from our internal team members, we capture those with this market feedback applications and act on those data. Then we have this to-dos board with which our employees are logging what they will be doing, and we are this to-do board, we are helping them to manage their list of tasks and to be disciplined. Then we have this support ticket. So this board will be only visible to the store admin. Let's say you are using Tattle in your organization, then your network administrator or system administrator or store administrator will be seeing this page. This is the first page out of 3 pages those we have. Now let us see how our support system looks like in Muvi. So our normal users, when they land onto our supporting system, they see the supporting applications those we provide in the page. So this is dummy. This is our dummy environment. So that many dummy support tickets of our live environment is different. So in our live environment also, the presentation or the basis or your customers have raised some support tickets for you. Let it be any bug, let it be any enhancement request, let it be any requests, let it be any feedback, or let it be any how to query. Every for the users to come and see the request, those have been logged as part of your support system. What is the source of this tickets? To show, this is our live help center. In the help center, we have a CTA called create a ticket. When a user clicks on this create a ticket system, he has to log into it and he has to give the information about the support which he needs from our end. When he submits that request successfully, our team members are notified that we have received a support request from this particular user or a customer or a lead or a person or a visitor, whosoever he may be. Then our support and look at the support listing. They find which ticket information they want to see and they can see the details. page where our users support tickets. Also, here they can add a support ticket. It is either for the internal purpose or on behalf of a customer. We can our support team raise the support ticket. These are the same fields. Let's say a customer or a visitor came to your website, and through the live chat he interacted with one of your support executive or with your personnel. Then that personnel can create a ticket on behalf of that visitor, or if he is your existing customer or lead, they can create a ticket directly from the front end. So these are the sources from which the support requests comes in and are listed in this particular page. Now let's say your internal team is a support ticket. This is the same form appearing on the front end for your customers or our customers to add a support ticket, where they need to add a title for this support ticket. Let me add a title. So we need support with the DRM feature. Let's say they need support for DRM, digital rights management feature, and they can define a category. Then this assigned to, when your internal team is assigning something, this field will appear. If let's say customer is assigning, then this field will not appear, because it will be routed once this ticket arrives to your or our internal support team. But for now, I'm just adding because I'm adding it from internally. And customer's email, let me give my email over here. Then description of this ticket. Let us add a description. I'm just adding a description. If you have multiple products, then you can choose, allow your users to choose for which product they are asking you to raise the request. Let's say not product, but you have web applications, mobile application, TV application, or let's say you are not into software industry, you are into, let's say, farming, and you have different farm products which you are delivering across your country to different users, and you want to give a resolution against their order. So that is also possible over here. And this product, this priority, these fields, everything is configurable according to your system. Then let us define a priority, and let's do some quick addition and save this. Once this support, let's say the request is saved, we have the notification system with which a notification will be triggered to the internal support team that we have received a support request from this particular user. Then this will be here. We need support with the DRM feature. We have added this, and at the same time, some of my colleague is also adding a support ticket to this environment. That is why this has been created. New Samsung TV published list. Once this is created, you can see the details over here. He can either copy the link and share it with the team members if he wants. Then he can, if he wants to attach something like a document or a video, then it is also allowed. Then he can raise another request for another team to look into this issue from this particular request only. This ER means this is an engineering request for us. That means when support team, let's say, gets a bug request and our engineering team needs to look after them. So against this support ticket, they will create an engineering request so that it will be notified to our engineering team and assigned to one of our engineers to look after it. And this ER, once created, it will be mapped with this particular support system and will be appearing over here. Let's say this is a how-to query, or let's say this is a feedback. So at that moment, what would happen? You can also add a feedback for this particular from this particular support request, so that your internal team can be notified. Let's say your management team or your product team who are looking after your product growth or your business growth, they can receive the feedback and they can act on that feedback. So feedback listing is also important. So from this particular support page, we are routing the requests for our engineering team ER. As I had shown you, we have this ER management system. It is similar to the ticketing system. So whenever a ER will be created, that will be listed is a separate application. This ER is a separate application. And you can see your ticket will be back over here, so that if you want to search your engineering request by a ticket ID, or same on the other side with the ER ID you want to search a ticket, then it is possible over here. Let's move to our support ticket once again. Now, in support system, after getting this request need to be verified by the support team, and let's say it needs to be delegated to the other team member. Let me delegate it to other team member, to somebody else. For an example, assigning it to Mr. Anupam Panda, who is one of our employee. I want to assign this to him. So when Anupam Panda will open his support system, when he will be logging into this system, he can see that this particular request is assigned to me and I need to work on it. Now, when I assign this particular support request to Anupam Panda, a notification must have triggered to his email ID. Now, in case your support team needs to remind Anupam Panda to act on it, they can remind over here, like, hi Anupam Panda, hi, please look into this. So when a note is added, means it enabled the internal communication and collaboration of this support ticket. So when our support team has passed something to our engineering team, they also can notify if there are any specific comments or notes received from the customer or from the lead from this communication section, where we can add notes for internal team members, or let's say we need to reply the customer. Let's say, hi, customer, we are looking into it. Thank you for this. And you just on a click, the communication from your internal team, irrespective of any department, can be passed on to your customer. In this case, we are also sending the replies to our customer this way only. All these things what we are doing are being captured in an audit history. So in case you want to know who was the employee who created this notification or changed the status of this request, or let's say added another request to this system, who changed the product or changed your simple description or title, everything we are keeping in the audit trail, so that in case you need to check, in case there is any discrepancies, then you can retrospect with the audit trail where this thing went wrong. So this is for audit trailing. Also, it has division things like from whom to whom we are showing this assigned when a user is assigned to changed for this support ticket. Now, when we talk about workflow management system, this is this assigned to field which we have seen is only for delegation, right? So delegation means assigning something to some other department or to an employee in this context. When we talk about workflow, we talk about changing the status. Right now, when a support ticket is created, it is in the open status. Let's say we have assigned it to a developer, and our developer is working on this. Then the status of the ticket can be changed to in progress, and you can see in this audit history one more thing has added, that user has changed it from open to in progress, and it is changed by Muvi admin because I have logged into this with the admin credentials. It is showing my name over here. This is how your workflow can be managed till closure. Now, you can also manage the ETH of a particular request. Like here, I need to mention ETA as, let's say, 21st of October. I can mention the ETA over here. Based on this ETA, the SLAs can be managed. Not only this ETA, but let's say the status of this request should be moved from this to this within this time frame. This is essentially the SLA, right? If we are receiving a support ticket from one of our customer, we need to respond them within 24 hours. So our first response should go within 24 hours. If that has not been done, system will alert the relevant stakeholders that your SLAs have been missed because you have not responded to this particular request. Similarly, let's say we are committing our customers to deliver certain thing in certain time frame. If that time frame is not matching, then we are communicated that we have missed the SLAs for this and this requests by this Tattle system. Then we act on them accordingly in case we had missed it. So with our process, whenever we are working in a collaborated environment, the things are being moving from one department to another department, from one state to another state. Our system helps our internal team by triggering notifications, reminders, and because it manages our internal SLAs for the SLAs for our customers, our system keeps us disciplined. So it says us that, hey, your go live date or your delivery date is on this particular date. Are you on track? So our system keeps on reminding us to be more disciplined, to respect the time which we have committed to our customers. So this is the third page. We saw 3 pages over. One is our board, which will be shown only to the administrators. This is not for the normal user. Also, we have given the capability to show high columns. This you are looking at can be altered by you itself, by your users. Just need to drag. They are ordering. They can set their length, and they can show hide the fields from here. Let's say they want to add a field monitoring to this list, and let's say they want to hide it, and they can hide it. So all these capabilities they can get. Now what powers this particular process and method? That is the backend and the architecture of our Tattle. So this is the backend of our Tattle, where we have configured multiple products, multiple applications for each of our department, and when needed, we can create a new application for a given department very quickly, very easily from this create board button. Let's say we are creating another support system, new support system. And we have given some predefined type like support ticket, project management, to do, CRM, advanced. These are the predefined things. You can use it as it is if it is aligned to your process, or you can modify it as you want, or you can select advanced and build anything, any board, any process from the scratch. Let's say we are support ticket, we are creating a new support system. Now our new support is ready with some few data like title, description, status, priority, product, and escalation level. We don't need to do anything. We just need to, let's say, support ticket like new ticket, description, my priority. Let's say we have the product, escalation level. Then let's say for this app, and it will take let's say 4 hours, and let's say now a new ticket is created. See how simple it is to create a new form for a department, capture data from it, store data from it, and act on this data. Now if we want to add the workflow or any new attribute to this, we can click on this field, new attribute. Let me add a suppose release date to this particular board. Then we can add it over here. We manage multiple properties over here, whether it is it will be shown on the list, whether it is sortable, whether it is filterable, whether to show it on the capturing form or not, whether it's a mandatory field, what would be its size, on which pan it would residing, and whether it is read only. Then every we have many attributes with which you can play around and you can configure it. Now let me apply it, and a release date as a new column should be added to our system. Now you can see we have this release date field over here. If you want, we are allowing inline editing, through which you just need to click and change, click and add your things. No use of many clicks or keyboards. Similarly, if you want to this ticket doesn't have a workflow. Okay, so it has already inherited the workflow of our support system, because we selected its system as a support system. Otherwise, how you can configure your the workflow of your application is from this settings. You can also configure the notification from here, so that for each event or for your SLA events, notification will get to your customers. Here you can see we have multiple status and we have workflow. You can add a new workflow. Let's say new workflow. Let's say and submit, and you can manage your workflow from here. Let me close it. Just when the status is new, which status should be shown? Let's say when the status is resolved, which status should be shown. So this is how you can configure your workflow, which will be up in your support systems workflow management system. This is how You can configure your workflow, you can configure your notification, you can configure your attributes, you can configure your communications, you can configure what you want to add. You can use the APIs to collect the data and show the collected data on this particular grid, and you can delegate your team members to act upon them. This is simple. This is simply a support system, but with this particular capabilities, with this low-code platform, you can have the possibility to create as many as application you need for your organizational process and for your departments. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Tattle for you. Now, thank you for listening to me. Now, if you have any queries or any feedback for us, then the forum is open for Q&A.
Thank you, Devaprata. It was very informative presentation, and I'm sure our audiences are excited to ask a lot of questions to you. And before we move on to the Q&A, I would request the audience to take a minute and answer our quick poll, which should be coming onto your screens now. Even if you can't see the poll, you can simply click on the poll icon at the bottom of your screens, and the questions should be visible. So, starting with the Q&A, Roy says that can this recording be shared once we are done? Sure, Roy. This is also being broadcasted on our social media platforms, and yes, we have your information. So once we conclude this webinar, we'll be able to share this with you. The second question that is coming, it's coming from Rahul, and Rahul wants to know that how is Tattle different from the traditional spreadsheets, and is it an SQL, CRM, or backend?
Thank you so much, Rahul, for this question. This question is really very interesting. So let me answer it part by part. On the first part, Rahul, you asked that whether how Tattle is different from Excel, because what you saw is only a grid. So let me tell you, Rahul, Excel or any traditional spreadsheet is majorly meant for data capture purpose only. So you can capture and store the data over there. But when we talk about Tattle, we talk about actions on those stored data as well. How? Whenever we are capturing the data, we can store those data either on an Excel sheet or on our Tattle board, let's say. In the Excel sheet, you can look at those data, filter them, create, let's say, analytics, some kind of graphs and all, and you can share those information with your management offline. But when we talk about Tattle, it is about acting on those stored data as well. Like you can route those data to multiple departments systematically or programmatically. You can have the workflow to change the data. So all this workflow management, then this delegation, it may not be possible through traditional spreadsheets or Excel. Let's say another example also how it is different. In the Excel sheet, it would not be very much convenient to share the multimedia files. Let's say you have a web application or let's say a mobile application. You want to share some screen recordings, or you want to share a screenshot, or let's say it is not from the software industry, from different industry, where you want your user to click a picture of the thing and send it to you, or make a video of the thing and send it to you. Then having those multimedias along with this data on an Excel sheet, it is not very much convenient, I believe. So in general, in gist, Excel, I believe, is mostly for storing the data. But when we talk about Tattle, it is something like Excel on steroids, which can delegate the things to your internal team members and on which action can be taken. This is the first thing. Second thing, Rahul, you asked me is how it is different from CRM. So CRM is a product which is dedicated for your customer relationship management. With Tattle, we can build CRM softwares for our own organization. So not only CRM, but any support application or feedback application or any application that you need for your department, where the capturing of data and where the action needed on those data are required. So you can build your own CRM with the capabilities of Tattle. I'm not saying that it will match the overall capabilities of a general CRM software when you would be using it, or we ourselves would be using it as part of CRM software. But yes, with some configuration, with some customization, we can achieve this with Tattle as well. So CRM is a full-fledged software which is dedicated for customer relationship management, like HubSpot CRM, Zoho CRM, etc. They are very much dedicated in nature. In our case, it is open-ended. Either you build a CRM software or a feedback management software, it's up to you. So Tattle offers you that capability. Third thing, Rahul, your point was, is this a SQL? On the backend, we are using relational database techniques, which essentially are the SQL techniques. But you do not have to write queries in order to insert data or get data. We have the interface, we have the forms, configure it as per your business needs, get the data captured, and internally it will use only SQL syntax and queries. The users we are expecting are to be layman users, not so technical users. So we have kept it, and we are trying to keep it very simple so that it can be applications can be built out of it with very minimal effort and with very less technical knowledge. Last thing was whether it is a backend. It is also a backend. Also, you have seen the interfaces, where your users are seeing the grid, listing, your admin is working. This is a backend system completely. But when integrated with any front end, it can be a full-fledged system. For that, we have the APIs. You consume the API, build the form elements on your website or application on the front end, and connect our APIs with the forms or the front end that you have built in order to capture the data and show it over here. Yes, this is a backend system. You can have your own front end and connect with this backend via APIs. So these are the 4 parts, Rahul, I believe you had asked, and I hope I have able to answer you.
I hope this answers your question, Rahul. Moving on to the next question. This one is coming from John, and he wants to, can you provide some examples of specific use cases where Tattle has been successfully implemented in departments other than the customer support, or how it can be deployed there?
Okay, very good question. Use cases are very interesting. Thank you for asking this, John. As far as the use cases apart from support systems are concerned, as I earlier said, it can be used by the product department. The use case would be to manage the backlogs of their product or whatever software they are building. They can manage the backlog, they can manage their release, they can manage their sprints, they can manage their project plan, they can manage their WBS, work breakdown statements, they can manage the stories, they can manage the bugs, and they can manage their SLAs. So for the product management, if we would say, Tattle would be able to solve all these use cases. Now let's say we have a HR team. So HR team generally keeps the employee details and leave details. Let's say this is their normal use case. Do they pitch in many human resource related things in the organization? But as far as system is concerned, the common use cases can be maintaining your employee records, managing the leave records, which can be easily achieved through Tattle. Similarly, let's say for sales, you need to keep the list of your leads, or let's say if you want to send bulk notification to your leads, you need to track the ROI of your leads, spending on your leads. So the deals, let's say, which you are making with your customers or leads, all this information can be managed through Tattle. And so that's it. Apart from support, as I said, this can be helpful in product management, HR management, sales management, marketing management. You give an example of any department, if it has any use case of capturing the data, storing the data, and which can be later needed for analysis, or which needs to be acted upon. Tattle will come in picture to help for those departments or in those areas. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Coming back to the next question, what technical expertise? This one is coming from Stuti, and she is keen to know that what technical expertise is required to build and manage support system using the Tattle, and is it user friendly for non-technical team members or not?
Yes. Thank you, Stuti, for asking this. This is a good question once again. As I said, we kept it as a low-code platform. That means it eliminates the most of the technical needs which is required from any given organization in order to configure Tattle for their processes and departments. So when we talk about the technical expertise, those are needed. I think much technical knowledge will be only required when you will be integrating our Tattle's services to the front end. They are only technical expertise required, which once again the technical expertise can be delivered or can be fulfilled by one of your internal team members if he happens to be technical, or our technical team also come to rescue and make in general. We have tried to keep it as a low-code platform so that technical expertise in order to operate Tattle would not be required up to max extent. But when this integration things comes into picture, let's say our notification are triggered via mail provider X, but in your organization you have a separate mail provider. Let's say we are using MailChimp, and MailChimp, that needs a little bit of technical expertise on which either we can help or we can guide them to do it for themselves. And other integrations like integration for integrating it with your front end or any other applications, then there the technical expertise would be required. Once again, it would be very, very, very minimum. I hope that answers your question, Stuti.
Thank you, Stuti, for asking the question. And thank you very much, Deva Pratap, for being a part of this session and helping our audiences understand how the new age customer support can work and function if we deploy Tattle. Now, this concludes our session for today. And to all our audiences, Muvi keeps conducting such webinars every month on some industry leading topics, as well as to showcase some of Muvi's best offerings. I would personally request all of our viewers to keep a lookout for our social media channels and websites for a registration link for the upcoming webinars. And as a small token of appreciation, we would like to give out an informative brochure to view later on Muvi support systems. And if you would like to know more about how you can integrate Tattle with your system, please feel free to connect with our sales team, details of which are also available on the same downloadable document. So this concludes our session for today. And for the next webinar will be, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, yes. So the next webinar will be about the best SEO practices that are responsible and needed for video streaming platforms, for the success of video streaming platforms. So mark the date. It's on 26th of October, which is Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and it will be conducted by Viraj Mehta, the Chief Marketing Officer of Muvi. So this concludes our session for today. I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye everyone till the time we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.